Debbie Stothard is the founder and coordinator of ALTSEAN-Burma. It's a regional rights group which supports human rights and democracy in Myanmar. She's joining us from Bangkok. Thank you very much indeed for being with us on Al Jazeera. There was a strong message at the start of the ASEAN meeting from Malaysia saying that was calling for strong and effective measures to be imposed on the junta in Myanmar. Is there any confidence that this could be the ASEAN summit of which something is finally done about Myanmar?
I think there's a strong sense of urgency that ASEAN and like-minded dialogue partners need to take their gloves off at this meeting and commit to a time-bound, results-based roadmap. At this point, ASEAN has been split by states that don't want to follow the rules, but they've been quite irresponsible in doing that. We know that the illegal junta, which is actually losing its war on the people in Myanmar, has already been a catalyst for human trafficking into Myanmar, and they've actually been sending weapons to Russia that's used in Ukraine. So I think we quite clearly understand on the ground the urgency of the situation, not just for Myanmar, for people in Myanmar, but for the credibility and legitimacy of ASEAN itself. This is, for many of us, the last chance we have to try and resolve, to get firmly on a roadmap for civilian protection, for cessation of conflict in Myanmar. We need to do this before the end of the year.
There was a special ASEAN summit that was called about 2 months after the coup in Myanmar, and the senior general Min Aung Hlaing, who led that coup, had agreed to a 5-point consensus to end the crisis. Subsequently, it appears the junta did little or nothing. What can ASEAN actually do when it's faced with such opposition?
ASEAN needs to creatively and innovatively understand there is leverage created by sanctions by the US and other parts of the West. And ASEAN needs to work with them and also UN Security Council to see how far it can use this leverage to pressure the junta. At this time, the illegal junta is playing a divide and rule game with ASEAN and the rest of the international community. If we do not unite on this to solve this issue, to tell the junta in no uncertain terms that they have to stop killing civilians with airstrikes and other war crimes. If we don't say that and back that up with action and pressure, the junta will continue to violate the 5-point consensus with ongoing serious repercussions on human security in this region.
The leaders of the US and China aren't going to be there, but they will be represented by their deputies, the Prime Minister or the Premier of China and the Vice President Kamala Harris of the US is going to be there. But also Japan is going to be there, Australia is going to be there as well. Is there a sense that by having a greater influence or a greater interest, if you like, in the ASEAN summit this year from foreign governments like these, that there might be some sort of effort that can be made by ASEAN using that backing to put pressure on Myanmar?
Absolutely. I think it's time that Retno Marsudi, the Foreign Minister of Indonesia and current ASEAN chair, and Vice President Kamala Harris jointly read the military junta and its allies in ASEAN the Riot Act. They have to back off now. They have to warn the military junta to back off now and tell errant ASEAN states that they need to focus on the long-term interests of ASEAN instead of self-serving short-term benefits.
Debbie Stothard, we appreciate you being with us on Al Jazeera, ma'am. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.